sharing durian ASEAN.
Anything can happen Friday. The art and cultural side of Southeast Asia.
Hello and welcome back to Durian ASEAN. You're with Gowri here.
And Grace.
And of course, this is your Anything Can Happen Friday, where we bring you all kinds of topics from society, arts and culture. And for today, we have a very interesting topic regarding anti-aging. And to help us with the discussion, we have Dr. Aidil here, who has joined us in the studio. So let's say hello to him first. Hello and good morning, Doctor.
Hi, good morning.
Good morning.
And you are an aesthetic physician.
Yeah, that's right.
Okay. So before we start with our discussion this morning, perhaps you can give our listeners a bit of background to yourself as to what do you do and a little introduction to your work as well.
Yeah, thank you very much. So basically, I'm an aesthetic doctor. I'm running my own clinic the past 1.5 years. It's called Aidil Clinic, based in Damansara, Perdana. My experience in aesthetic is about 9 years already, coming this year. And currently, the latest award that I managed to get is the Selangor Excellent Business Award in 2014, in which the category was Best Selangor Aesthetics Industry. So that's really basically my background.
Okay. I have a question, also a bit of a statement, because when it comes to anti-aging, whole trend has been booming up for the past 3-4 years, if I'm not mistaken. And especially with the waves from Asian countries, East Asian countries such as Japan and Korea, a lot more attention and focus are on the anti-aging, especially females. They want to look younger, and with our skin, we call it baby skin, isn't it? To go back to all those baby skins, and that's why all this beauty and or aesthetic the area has been booming up. So what is your perspectives in Malaysian context?
Okay, it is true that for the past 3 or 4 years, aesthetic trend, especially in getting much more whiter, radiant skin, having a V-shaped face, this is mostly created by the Koreans, and the demand is getting higher and higher. So, in fact, in my clinic, I think almost every day people asking about having a V-shaped face or having a nice contour body, nice beautiful skin. So it is pretty much getting vast in terms of demands. So that's why it is very important for any aesthetic doctors to get a proper machine, excellent machine, or even a technique or a good treatment, so that these people can appreciate the result that they are demanding.
And when it comes to the kinds of demands as well, in the 9 years, how has it changed from the start when you were doing it to as of right now at the moment? What kind of style has it evolved?
I would say previously people are more into invasive kind of treatment or surgeries, because during last time not so many non-invasive treatment that can provide results that almost similar to invasive treatments. So currently now we are looking at many so-called techniques or machines that can provide a very good results, almost similar to invasive kind of treatment or surgeries. So that is why nowadays people, the trend of doing having a surgery or having yourself under the knife is getting lesser.
Can you explain a bit more about invasive?
When we talk about invasive, actually I put it under minimum invasive and maximum invasive. So when you talk about minimum invasive, usually you're talking about doing an injections anything that is done below the dermis of the skin. When you talk about maximum invasive, you're talking about cutting.
Okay.
You're talking about surgery itself, the real plastic surgery.
Okay.
For aesthetic doctor, usually regulated by the Ministry of Health, we are only allowed to do non-invasive or minimally invasive procedures only. Yeah.
And maybe a little bit of differences over there as well. How is it different from the
okay.
invasive?
So if you're talking about non-invasive treatment, you're talking about anything, say example machines that can only be applied on top of the skin only.
Okay.
Despite putting it on top of the skin, you can still appreciate the results in terms of improvement of the skin texture.
Okay.
But the result won't be as much as if you are doing it minimally invasive.
Right.
Yeah.
So if I want to have a V-shape,
yeah. Okay.
do I have to go for?
Okay. You can go for what you call non-invasive treatment. Like today, I would like to share regarding BTL Exilis Elite. Yeah, where it doesn't need to be. You don't have to go for any injections or cutting. Yet you can have the result almost similar to the result of having a minimal invasive or invasive treatment.
Okay.
Yeah.
It's very interesting because women, when it comes to beauty, it's endless. Their desire, their want to be demands is so much more, and it gets more and more.
Exactly.
Especially the media exposure that we have been receiving from Western and both Asian countries. So Gowri just mentioned about how he has been, the transition, like 8 years ago and nowadays. Of course, the trends are different, right? I mean, nowadays females, they want to go for, even boys, they want to go for V-shape. Want to have, especially Asians, they want to
feminine
have
look now.
Yes. And boys are prettier than girls now. And then they want to have a fairer skins and all the kind of beauty elements that we want to carry. But then back to those days, what was the trend? What caused all those beauty, the elements, or even the surgery or aesthetic methods to boom up?
Oh, okay. So compared to say example 9 or 8 years ago, if you're talking about the boys or the men's requests in this kind of field, aesthetic treatment, they don't really look for having a feminine kind of quality of skin or feminine kind of look, V-shape, because by right, as a man, if you want to have a masculine look, you need to have a very strong jaw. You cannot have a V-shape jaw, you see? So they will look like feminine. But because of trend, especially like I mentioned just now, is the Korean wave is that strong that to the Korean, V-shaped face is the in thing nowadays. So that's why the transition is there. But if you compare to the Hollywood superstar men like Brad Pitt or George Clooney, all of them are having a square jaw. They don't have a V-shaped face. Unlike Justin Bieber maybe. Right. Okay. So so they're looking into that to have a masculinity of the face. Another thing is for those who's having a bad, say example, acne scars or pimple scars. Last time, they're really looking into improving this type of problems by going for lasers. Last time the lasers are a bit, we call it ablative. So you have a very long downtime, 1 or 2 weeks. You can't go to office and you have to face people asking what happened to your skin, blah blah.
And you cannot even expose yourself under the sun, right?
So that's a huge problem. But nowadays, as the trend improves and the technology improves, now you can have a lasers treatment, example, to treat your acne scar, pimple scar, by not having an ablative treatment. You can treat the skin, the dermis, by not ablating your top layer of skin, so you won't have a burnt skin basically.
So that means that you generate the cells from
yes,
bottom
exactly.
without the hurting the surface.
Without hurting the surface, yeah, exactly, yeah.
And speaking of technology as well, of course, apart from the trend that has evolved, the technology has also changed a lot, I'm sure, in 9 years.
Yeah.
And the treatment now, like you said, it can be very different from what you used to do back then.
Yeah.
So can you elaborate a bit about that, on how the technology today helps better than before?
Yeah, like I mentioned just now, last time when you want to fix unevenness of the skin, say example the scars, you have to go for ablative type of treatment. Nowadays you can have a non-ablative type of treatment to give almost the same results, like that. And then in terms of example for body contouring or face contouring or reshaping, last time you need to do more invasive procedures, liposuctions or laser lipolysis. You know, you have to make a puncture on your parts of your body or your face, and you know, inserting the probe of the lasers to zap off all the fat and suck it out. But nowadays the latest technology, say example in this BTL Exilis ILET, you don't have to do all this cutting or puncturing, just by applying what you call a special probe, radiating this special focus radio frequency. It can shrink down the fat layer, and at the same time tighten up the old collagen and stimulating a development of new collagen. So you have two in one basically. You tighten the skin, and at the same time you remove the fats.
All right.
It's amazing the technology, how technology can do such thing. But then just the quick question, will there be any side effect? Because you said there will be 2-in-1 in this procedure.
Yep, that's right.
So will there be any side effect on certain people?
Okay, last time, if you are talking about this type of method, radio frequency, there are risks of skin burn if you don't do it properly. Meaning if you don't give good pressure contact between the skin and the probe. But with this latest technology from BTL Aesthetics, this Exilis ILET machine, at the probe itself, it has what you call a special advanced cooling system, whereby the risk of skin burn can be prevented. Say in example, if let's say the contact between the skin and the probe is not what you call properly applied, the electrical system will be immediately shut off.
All right.
Okay, and then at the same time there's what you call LED blue light, where it can guide the moderator when applying this probe to the particular area. It gives an appearance of the solid blue light to to deliver a proper energy to the skin, so that you know that you are giving a proper result to the skin.
So the kind of side effects also depends on how the procedure is done and the expertise of
the person who's conducting it.
Okay.
That one also is important.
So we will take a short break, and when we come back, perhaps we'll talk more about BTL Exilis ILET and what it's all about.
Sure, thank you.
Anything can happen Friday. The art and cultural side of Southeast Asia.
Hello and welcome back to Duran ASEAN. You're still with Gowri
and Grace.
And this is, of course, your Anything Can Happen Friday. And today we are talking about anti-aging. And I have Dr. Aidil with me in the studio to help shed some light on the whole process, and also a new technology called the BTL Exilis ILET, and he will tell us what it's all about. So Dr. Aidil, perhaps you can explain, tell us what is this BTL Exilis ILET all about?
Yes, okay. So basically what I would like to say is BTL Exilis ILET is the latest technology of radio frequency, whereby it has 2-in-1 functions, contouring, body contouring, and also fat reduction. Okay. So last time radio frequency technology is meant for contouring or skin tightening only. but with BTL Exilis technology, now it comes with two functions, skin tightening and also fat reduction. Okay, how can Exilis Elite manage to do this? This is by having a specific so-called setting of the radio frequency parameter itself, whereby it managed to be transferred to different depth or different level of the skin, right from the dermis or top layer of the skin down to the subcutaneous layer of the skin. So subcutaneous, as we know, is actually where the layer underneath dermis, where there are lots of collections of fats there. So by following a specific protocols, following a specific parameters, this radio frequency wave can penetrate to different depth or layer of the skin and produce different result. For example, if let's say we do the setting for, to reach the dermis layer, what it can do is it will tighten back all the collagen that's already been lagged or loose, and at the same time it will also stimulate a specific cell which is called fibroblast to produce more new collagen, because as we know, from the age of 25 and above, our skin especially start to become lazy to produce our own collagen. That is why people start taking all these collagen supplements and whatnot to replenish back our collagen in the skin. And without an adequate collagen in the skin, especially in the dermis, we will start appreciating all these aging signs like wrinkles and lines. And of course, the worst scenario will be skin sag. So sagginess on the, especially on the lower part of the face. You will start losing your face contour, and on the body parts as well, on the thigh, on the on your arms, and you start losing all your perfect body contour. So that is how radio frequency targets all this dermis layer to tighten up and produce more collagen. And at the same time, this wave also managed to penetrate into the subcutaneous layer, whereby there are lots of fatty cells there. And as we know, if we don't really take care of our diet, what more, we don't go for exercise, all these fatty cell or adipocytes gets bigger and gets becomes abundant. And by doing this specific treatment of this Exilis Elite, it will destroy this adipocyte or fat cells by triggering what we call cell apoptosis. So cell apoptosis is actually the definition will be self-induced death, cell death. So within the next 1 week or 2 weeks after the procedure, the fat cell will basically kill themselves because of the induction from this radio frequency, and you will start appreciating the result of fat reduction within the next 1 or 2 weeks. So that's basically
so it's like a mass suicide of fat cells. And before I move on to my next question, actually I want to ask you, yes, we do see, I think I also see a lot of collagen creams and pills on Facebook. Why is this collagen so important for the skin?
I would like to debunk the myth of the collagen.
Thank you.
Because back last time people used to call me Dr. Mythbuster. So I like to debunk all the myths that people get confused about all these things. So one of it is a collagen supplement or collagen cream. Actually, collagen is actually a large protein, a large protein molecule. So nowadays we can see, especially online product, there are lots of collagen supplements. Collagen supplement, usually they produce it in term of in the form of oral supplements, name it in a powder form or in tablet form. When you ingest it, this protein, collagen protein, will be digested by our enzyme in our intestine. So when it is digested, it will become the basic protein molecule, which is called amino acids. So this amino acid will be absorbed by the through our intestine and into our bloodstream, and will be segregated or delivered to our tissue or skin. So now the issue is what we deliver to the skin is actually not the collagen, it's just the basic basic amino acids. which is if you're taking a good proper protein diet like chicken or fish, you'll get the same thing, amino acid also.
Okay.
So where is the collagen that you're taking it actually?
Right.
There's no collagen, you see. So it's just the amino acid that you're taking. So if you really want to have a very good collagen production in your skin, actually from studies it shows that you need to take a lot of vitamin C actually, because vitamin C is one of the most important raw material to produce our own collagen.
Right.
So we don't rely on external collagen.
Okay.
We produce our own.
So it's better to take a lot of foods that contain vitamin C.
Vitamin C.
As opposed to taking some
Collagen
pills
stuff
that
pills.
promise that
Yep.
to add more collagen into your
definitely.
skin.
But then there are people when I ask about this myth and all this thing, they become very defensive. Hey, you see, I've spent 300 400 ringgit every month, and you see my skin. Last time my skin is not like this. I have very bad skin, dull skin, and now it looks is brighten up. So I asked them, okay, you take the supplement bottle and you look at the ingredient. Is it only pure 100% collagen inside it? Can you see any vitamin C? Can you see any glutathione inside it? Can you see astaxanthin inside it? Other antioxidant or vitamin? Yes, they do put all these ingredients, active ingredient we call it. So actually, what contributing to the improvement of the skin is not really the collagen, but all these other active ingredients. So they might get confused on this. They thought that is the collagen, but it's not.
So I guess there's a lot of other factors involved which they don't pay attention because of the marketing.
Of the marketing, it's the gimmick, marketing gimmick.
That's good for you.
But when it comes to vitamin C, right, the human body can only take certain amount of vitamin C, otherwise it will be all flushed.
Flush out. Yeah, that's right.
So
after listening to this interview, somebody might just pop a whole bottle.
Oh yeah. Please don't do that. Okay, I'm not advising you to take the whole bottle, but actually the minimum dosage is about 500 milligram or 1 gram or 1000 milligram of vitamin C is more than enough actually. Daily, okay. If you can take more than that, but number one, like just now we mentioned, it will be flushed out. Number one, and number two, it may trigger development of gastritic effect on the tummy because it's acidic. Okay, that's the only issue. Like if you're taking it more than usual.
And going back to BTL Exilis ILET, how new is this technology to Malaysia, and how is the whole implementation going on?
Right, it's been around for the past 2 years, and it's getting
fairly new as well.
It's quite new, but it's getting more famous now. Many clinics are starting to consider investing into this machine because of the instant result that it can deliver, and at the same time because of the so-called trend, the celebrities in Hollywood, George Clooney, Kylie Minogue, who else? Serena Williams, our tennis player, Kim Kardashian. They are all now using Exilis. To have a nice body contour. So this also part of the reason, influential reason why people start considering to do this type of treatment.
I think we'll take another short break. When we come back, perhaps you can explain more about how the treatment works and how exactly has it been helping women in Malaysia.
No problem.
Anything can happen Friday. The art and cultural side of Southeast Asia.
Hello and welcome back to Durian ASEAN. You're still with Gowri
and Grace,
and still with Dr. Aidil here as well with us. Hi, and of course he is shedding some light today on the whole process of anti-aging and beautifying. And for this segment, we will be talking about the BTL Exilis ILET, of course. And we're going to focus more on how exactly the treatment works. So, Doctor, maybe you want to explain a bit about that.
So basically, for the like I mentioned, it has two functions: body contouring and fat reduction. So for the face area, usually the doctors will suggest about 2 sessions at least with a gap of 7 to 10 days apart. For the face, and for the body we are suggesting about 4 sessions, same 7 to 10 days apart. And actually there's no so-called maximum limit of having this type of treatment. the 2 and 4 sessions that we mentioned just now is considered like the minimum or the average recommendation. But if let's say after you complete the 2 session or 4 session, you can appreciate the result, but you want to have more results, you still can do it.
Okay.
There's no maximum limitation of it. And if you're talking about having a complication or side effect, if you do it more, actually you won't. So long that you follow the right procedure, and most importantly, you're giving the time frame of 7 to 10 days, so that your skin have the time to replenish themselves, building up the new cell, new collagen. So there won't be any issues.
What about before and after? Is there any procedure, anything that you advise them to do in order to prepare themselves?
Most importantly, the person need to hydrate themselves. So taking 2 to 3 liters water, plain water a day is recommended, highly recommended. And at the same time, it is best to take care of the diet, especially all this fatty meal and also carbo, high calorie intake for at least the 1 week before the treatment. So if you manage to follow this, most of the time you can appreciate the result despite having a very minimum session.
What about after the treatment? What are the things that they can do?
Basically there's no specific things that they can't do right after the treatment. But if let's say we are talking about the first 24 or 48 hours, we are suggesting not themselves to associate with any heaty activities, especially if they have to go to sauna or body massage, hot body massage. It is better not. We are not recommending it, because they just have thermal micro injury to their skin layer. So let it heal by itself first. And then another thing is, if let's say they need to go for gym or exercises, at least they can start engage in this type of activities after 48 hours.
After 48 hours, okay. And apart from that, maybe like when you mentioned about activities as well, right? When it comes to gym, you have to wait for 48 hours. But what about if they are exposing themselves to the sun or? So as we know, the sun or the UV is the main culprit in causing aging skin. Exactly. That's why many dermatologists all over the world are recommending application of sunblock at the very young age. Actually, if you really want to look young. Same goes for this type of treatment of Exilis Elite, where despite having your fat layer being undergoing this type of treatment, or skin being tightened, still you have to take care of the sun, of the UV, minimizing the sun exposure, applying adequate sunblock. For Malaysian weather, we are advising SPF 35 and above. Because this UV, if you don't protect your skin, it can easily destroy back all the collagen that we are stimulating or producing it through this RF. So it's not just like, I go for this magical treatment and now I'm all beautiful and young. I still have to
maintain and take care, or else it's just a waste. You have to go over and over again doing it.
And maybe another question that I want to ask you is, when particular women or what comes to you, do you let them recommend what kind of treatment they want to do, or do you actually do like a consultation and let them know?
This one is basically it depends on the doctor itself. A different doctor has different approach. But as for me, my style is first, during the first consultation, I love to ask the person what actually they are demanding. Their main focus, their main concern first, before I start recommending mine. Because sometimes there are certain doctors, they recommend what they see, yet they don't meet the expectation or what the patient wants. So then there could be a mismatch, and there will be a problem later. It's much better for me, in my opinion, to listen to what the patient wants first. Then only you highlight whatever additional things that you think need to be fixed.
And could there be like an occasion where they recommend something but you don't feel like they should do it And
Oh yes, definitely. Say example, for me, a person with a very so-called good BMI, shouldn't go for massive treatment, for example fat reduction. To them, some people who is so-called having the problem of looking at the mirror and thinking that they are still fat, yet their BMI is normal. So there are person like this coming to the clinic asking for treatment for fat reduction, yet I cannot appreciate any fat. It's actually what they're having is actually their muscle. They have a toned muscle only. So of course this type of people, we have to advise them not to go for this type of treatment, because at the end of the day they must just they're just wasting their money there, and at the same time they may not get the result that they want, and they will keep on bugging the doctor so many times because they don't get results. So you need to properly advise this type of people, and if let's say it is recommended to do, then only I will entertain them. This is very important.
That's good to know. So we're almost at the end of our segment. Before I ask you my last question, I want to ask you, what is the best way to take care of our bodies, or of the skin in general, for like a daily tips, if you will?
Okay. I would say 3 things very important. Number 1, like we mentioned just now, take care your skin from the sun, from the UV. So a good application of sunblock or sunscreen is very important. Number 2, taking adequate water. Water is very good actually. Water helps in terms of upper body metabolism to metabolize fat cells actually. Okay. And number 3, the last one is by taking adequate supplements, proper supplements. There are a lot of supplements in the market, so you need to know what are the good supplements for the skin. So if you're talking about skin, at least you need to consider vitamin C, the minimum, the least. And if you want to have a radiant skin, consider glutathione or cysteine supplement. This is good for skin radiance.
Right. So it's actually advisable to take supplements for your daily regime.
But make sure you're taking the right supplement. Not the one that we mentioned before. A myth supplement or something.
Of course.
Anything can happen Friday. The art and cultural side of Southeast Asia.
So we're almost at the end of our segment, and just before we finish, you want to tell us about a new project that you have coming?
Yes, thank you for reminding that. Basically, we're going to have a new setup. It's a state-of-the-art a signature Aidil's clinic right in the heart of the KL, and definitely we're going to put these 2 most sought-after machine, which is BTL Exilis Elite for body contouring, and also BTL Vanquish Me, which is meant for fat reduction. So look for it, and we're going to announce this in our medium Aidil's Clinic in Instagram. So please follow us at Aidil's Clinic, IDEALYST CLINIC in Instagram. Thank you very much.
Thank you so much, Dr. Aidil, for joining us today and sharing your thoughts with us.
Thank you.